Hey guys, this is Zex and I. Welcome back. We are playing some more Dream Daddy. When we last left off, I don't know what was happening. I forgot. I'm sorry. I know that we slept with a dude. That's all I know. Anyway, morning, sleepyhead. 5 more minutes. You have never, ever let me have 5 more minutes. So get up. Fine. We have cereal for breakfast and spend the morning putting together furniture. Amanda is much better at interpreting the tiny manuals. We were able to put together a few shelves and one desk, but I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be a bookcase. Good. So, you excited for the cookout today? Excited to beef up my grilling skills. If there's food, I'm excited. That is me. I'm all over those terrible store-bought sugar cookies that everybody brings. No! Fuck you, Cassius! I fucking love those things! I don't care if they have the texture of Play-Doh. I like them. I don't give a shit. Yeah, those are... No! They're good! Which means there are more for me. Don't you want to meet some more of the people in the neighborhood? I'll probably end up standing uncomfortably in the corner with a plate of food and hope that nobody talks to me. That is also me. Other than the sugar cookie thing, like, Cassius and I are on the same page, like, 100%. Dad, you're a beautiful work in progress. We'll get that butterfly to emerge from the cocoon. Cocoon. I can't words. Cocoon. The social butterfly. Well, we better start getting ready. We don't want to be late.
Hey.
What? No, we have to be fashionably late. Who shows up to a cookout on time? You know what? We're going early, just because you said that. Well, no, if you don't want to talk to people, then you don't want to go early. You want to go, like, right in the middle of it when everybody's, like, super busy, so you can just kind of, like, sneak in and, like, pretend that you've, like, kind of been there a while. And, like, people are like, oh, hey, didn't see you come in. It's like, that's right, you didn't. I head out the door and Amanda reluctantly follows. We walk across the street to Joseph's house with a store-bought veggie plate. We didn't want to risk burning down the house again. Guess we're not as early as we thought we were. Joseph's backyard is already packed with people, and the smell of hot dogs wafts... Oh, she was standing there, so I thought it was her. Wafts through the air. Small children run through a sprinkler, and adults chat in small clusters. I set our veggie plate down on the table next to other veggie plates. That's why you gotta, like, coordinate. You gotta, like, talk with people and, like, see who's bringing what. Hey, there's Joseph. I wave to get his attention. The moment he sees us, he jogs over, arms open wide. Welcome. Apparently, I think Aaron does the voice of this guy. I'm so glad you two are here. And you brought veggies. Let me introduce you to my family. Kids, come on over here. This is Chris, my eldest. Hi.
Oh.
And this is Christian and Christy. They're twins. Are they all Chris something?
What?
They stare creepily and say nothing. Oh my god. And they're all dressed in, like, the exact same pink and blue as Joseph.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's our youngest, Krish. Wait, where's Krish? Maybe Mary put him in his crib when he's a baby. Oh, shit. Oh, God, Mary. Oh, God. If you remember, Mary was the lady trying to hit on us at the bar. And, yeah. Just about everybody else at the bar, too. Alright.
Oh.
Oh, and how could I forget my lovely wife, Mary? Here's the thing is, like, he looks, like, so, like, bright and... I don't know, maybe not energetic, but, like, he looks, like, very, like, bright and, like, I don't know, contented. And her and all of the kids look like entirely disillusioned with the world. I don't know.
Hey.
Joseph pecks her on the cheek. She smiles. Mary, sweetheart, did you put Krish to bed?
Hey.
I have to go look for him. What? You have to... Joseph takes a moment to and regains his composure. Mary, this is our new neighbor, Cassius, and his daughter, Amanda.
Ah.
I'd shake your hand, but I have a glass of wine that I need to tend to. Oh my god. She's like, not even like, I love her. She's not even subtle. Nice, to meet you, Mary, for the first time. Charmed. Well, I have to go over there now. Mary leaves. Oh god, this is so awkward. I wonder if Joseph knows. I wonder if Mary knows that Joseph knows. I wonder if Joseph knows that Mary knows that I know. It takes all my energy not to run away from the barbecue and start fresh in a new city. My wife has a wonderful sense of humor, but please, you two enjoy the barbecue. All the guys are really excited to meet you. Here, let me introduce you around. Let me introduce you to Damien. Joseph beckons a tall man in gothic attire over to the conversation. Good eve, friends. Damien, this is our new neighbor, Cassius. Ah, so lovely to meet you. Damien shakes my hand and then bows. So the cape, like I could get behind the waistcoat, maybe the frilly shirt. Sure, the nail polish. Cape's a bit much. If you're ever interested, it would bring me great pleasure to host you for a spot of afternoon tea. Wow, yeah, that sounds rad. Splendid. Well, I must be off. Perhaps our paths shall cross again. Damn, what a classy dude. Okay, so, like, I kind of, like, previewed all the guys. He was, like, one of the ones that I was, like, thinking about, but he's a little over the top. Wow, I think I've actually met everybody else. Great, I bet you're excited to get to know everyone better. I hope you both enjoy yourselves. Amanda and I mill around and try some of the food spread out on the table. I pick up some deviled eggs. That was a weird accentation. Amanda grabs a small paper plate and immediately begins piling it with baked goods. I don't want to have to make friends. Come on, Dad, who are you going to party with when I go off to school? But I don't want to have to do pleasantries. Dad. They're gonna talk about the weather.
Dad.
Go. Do it. Make a friend. How could I possibly abandon my only child at a social function? That's bad parenting. This plate of cookies is my new dad. Bye. Amanda shoves me into the center of the yard. Well, here goes nothing. I look around the party and I'm surprised to see some familiar faces. Isn't the barista from the coffee spin? Yeah, Matt. Oh dang, Robert's here. Yay, Robert. I found out, I think Dan does his voice. And I'm done with that guy. Yeah. Oh, didn't that guy throw a frisbee at my head? Oh yeah, I was not a big fan of this guy. The mysterious goth guy. Isn't that Amanda's teacher? Hey, I know Craig. But wait a second, all these people live in our cul-de-sac? That can't be right. I'd better investigate. Okay. Burger time. Okay, so I'm not gonna talk to Robert. Wait, who was Robert again? Robert. Oh, that was the guy we hooked up with. Okay, so, okay. There's one person in each of these who I'm, like, kind of looking at. So the ones I'm looking at are Robert, Matt, Craig, maybe Damien. I don't know. I was, like, I do like me some long hair. But, I don't know, he seems a little bit over the top, but then again, we didn't really get to know him very well. not a big fan of Brian. But I don't know, Robert, maybe. And then Matt and Craig. I don't know. I think I might be leaning towards Craig because he's Asian. But I don't know that I'm like super down with his personality. So maybe I don't know. Maybe Matt or Robert then. I feel like if we do burger time, it's just gonna not end well. Well, I don't know. We have 2 people in this that we could go with, so let's go talk to these guys. Matt and Hugo seem embroiled in an intense discussion. Craig looks on, smiling politely. I walk over to say hello. Well, I don't think it's fair to try and compare 2 art movements like that. Periods in art only exist because they're a unique byproduct of the social and political climate of the time and place. And to try and take something you like, say the Rococo period, and compare it to postmodernism in America, you're completely disregarding the context in which a work of art is created. That's a good point. Matt and Hugo seem so busy talking that they don't notice me. Craig leans in. Dude, I have no idea what's happening. I'm kind of interested in what they're talking about. That kind of comparison just eliminates the reason art movements are so important in the first place. You're not wrong, but I think there's no harm in comparing the work of one work of art to another. You could definitely say that one painting is better than another if you're evaluating technical skill from a purely formalist standpoint. If I showed you a Matisse and then something by the Dutch masters, which would you say shows more technical prowess?
Oh.
I'm so lost right now. I should have worried. Glance over to Craig, who returns it. Well, sure, you could say the Dutch masters were technically more skilled, but I would argue that while the Dutch masters were better painters, Matisse had better paintings overall. Yeah, it is pretty subjective, and I want to enter this conversation. How do you mean? Well, the painting of the guy with the apple in front of his face is pretty nice. Matisse rocks.
Oh.
That's a Magritte. Right, art. Sorry. You're fine, dude. We were just discussing the importance of context when talking about artwork. Listen, all I asked is if you liked... Oh, I should have saved before I chose... Well, oh well. I forget that you can do things in video games. All I asked is if you liked a Van Gogh or Picasso better. Hugo throws his hands up in frustration. But they represent 2 completely different art movements. How could I possibly choose between the thick, creamy impasto of post-impressionism and the abstractionist beauty of cubism? But I mean, you can say that you don't have one, but I don't know. I feel like your personal preference in a work doesn't really have to do with... it can involve the context, but it's not... It doesn't necessitate it. You can like a work of art on its own because, an artist does put, like, a certain... They do come with a certain perspective and they're putting a certain specific something into it. But what you get out of a certain work is personally important to an individual. So I don't think that, if the background of the image and by which I mean the history of the image, including the period in which it was developed, if that is something that is personally important to you, then yeah, that should factor in, but that's not going to, like, factor in for everybody. I'm doing better at this conversation than fucking Cash is. I should go date some fucking dads. And that's all way above my head. Me too. Oh god, this is not going the way I wanted it to. It's all good, man. The cool thing about art is that we all perceive it differently. A single piece could have a totally different effect on each person that looks at it, and that's awesome.
Oh.
Just 1 minute about that. Hugo, please.
Hey.
Sorry. I get really fired up about art stuff. Cassius, how are you liking the neighborhood? It's pretty nice. Everybody's been super friendly. Seems like your daughter's fitting in just fine with her fucking cookies. Matt points across the yard where Amanda, Daisy, and another young girl are playing. They're all sitting cross-legged in the grass, picking weeds and weaving them into little flower crowns. It's pretty adorable. The girl I don't recognize jogs over to us. What is it, sweetheart? It's a flower crown. I thought you'd look cute in it.
Hey.
Well, there's only one way to find out. The man takes the flower crown and places it on top of his head.
Hey.
Oh, I love it! Am I cool now? The girl stares at him, thinking it over. No, but you're slightly less uncool than you were before you put it on.
Oh.
Cassius, this is my daughter. Hello. I'm Carmencita? Carmencita. Amanda comes over with Daisy in tow. Dad, look, I'm making friends. Are you making friends? You better be making friends. Yeah, actually, Amanda, you remember the cool barista from the coffee shop and my old college friend and your teacher. Oh, hi, Mr. Vega. I didn't realize we were neighbors.
Yes.
Yep. You still gonna get me that overdue term paper? Haha, great seeing you. Amanda finger guns her way out of the conversation like a champ. She learned the finger guns move from me. I'm very proud. She's definitely a charmer. Speaking of which, where did my son go? Okay, they don't all have daughters. Hugo looks around the party and he must finally spot him because his eyes go wide.
Sweet manchego.
Yeah. Ernest Hemingway Vega. Are you smoking? Ernest is holding a lit cigarette. Nope. I see Ernest across the way. He takes a casually long drag of his cigarette and flicks it into a gutter. Unbelievable. Excuse me. Margot. Hugo marches over to Ernest, and I turn my attention to Matt and Craig. Kids, right? Man, I do not envy Hugo. The last barbecue we had, Ernest tried to shove a sparkler down Joseph's pants and really burned down half the yard. Oh my god. The barbecue we had before that, he actually burnt down half the yard. And then it spread out to my lawn and burned down half my yard, too. Hugo walks back over to us, practically dragging Ernest behind him. Everybody's sorry about that. Cassius, this is my son, Ernest. Hello. Ernest looks away, sulking, his hands shoved deep in his pockets. Hugo nudges him impatiently. Hey. Nice to meet you, Ernest. What grade are you in? Doesn't matter.
Oh.
Ernest. Okay, I'm in 8th grade. God, are you happy now? I'm sure you're just dying to know. God, this kid's a fucking dickhead. Yeah, good for you. Can I go now? I'm talking to old dudes who blame my generation for the failing economy. Ouch. Ernest! Oh yeah, because I'm totally embarrassing you. Well, I mean, there's nobody for you to really get that embarrassed in front of. Ernest puts earbuds in and storms off to stand in the corner. Well, that was certainly something. He seems nice. Hugo puts his head in his hands and says, man. Okay, so if I'm, like, comparing kids, I haven't met Craig's other 2 kids, but between Matt and Hugo's kids, I am a lot more of a fan of Carmencita than I am of Ernest. So those are points to think about. I'm so sorry. He's having a really rough time. As much as I want to be the cool dad, I have to be the authoritarian dad, and he clearly resents me for it. I mean, I think as a dad and a teacher, that's about as authoritarian as you can get. Honestly, are any of us cool dads? Is it even possible to be a cool dad? What? I'm cool as a cucumber. See, that right there. You can't say that. My kids think I'm cool. But for how long, Craig? How long do we get to be the cool dads? I, don't know. I think we just have to accept the fact that, as dads, we become the machine we once raged against and accept our fate to unironically wear socks with sandals. Your kids may think you're cool now, but the moment they hit puberty, you're doomed. Amanda's 18 and she still thinks I'm cool. I yell across the yard to my daughter. Amanda, I'm cool, right? Amanda just laughs. She keeps laughing. I see your point. As much as we all want it, I don't think it's important to be a cool dad as it is to be a good dad. As important. We can all be best friends with our kids. We can't all be best friends with our kids. It just doesn't work. I mean, look at me and Ernest. Our job as parents is to make sure our kids turn out okay. Yeah, you're right, but it'd be nice to have it both ways. Hearing these guys talk about this makes me think my relationship with Amanda. We get along so well, but there might come a time when we won't be like that. Is that when is college when that happens? Hey, don't let us eat up your time, Cassius. Go meet some other people around the neighborhood. Okay, so now that we're talking with other people, we have an opportunity. We have another choice to make. I think that's going to be it for this one, so thank you for watching. Hopefully I will see you in the next video, and goodbye to you all, sirs and madams, and everyone in between.